You are now rocking with the hottest boxing podcast in the land with your host, Coach Malachi Williams.
True.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, yo. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me, man. I ain't got no, I'm in a hotel right now, so I don't know if I'm lagging. I don't know if you guys can really hear me like that. I did a test. It did sound good when I tested it. Of course, it don't sound like it do when I'm, in the studio and stuff like that. I don't have my what is called tripod. I don't have my tripod because normally I'm using my phone. For all of y'all who don't know, if you ever streaming and you don't want to use the computer's camera, I'm using my old laptop. This is the laptop I used to do live shows on when I'm on the road and stuff. So I pulled this one out, MacBook Pro. But you can use your phone as a camera. I don't know if y'all know that. You can use your phone as a camera. You know what I mean? So you don't have to depend on the webcam. But let me see what's going on. Let me look over here to my right. Let's see who we got. We got Tony Montana here. Jamie here. Daniel Agnew. I can't see nobody on the other chat neither. I can't see nobody I can't see anybody in the other channel right now as well. So I know I'm sharing on 3 different platforms, but it is what it is. Shout out to Ramon. What's going on, brother? Ramon in the building. Who else we got right here? We got Ramon. We got Jamie. We got what is that? Dab and Tapes. I think that's Dab and Tape. Salute to you, fam, in the building. Let me pull people up on the screen. Who we got? Jamie. No, we got Dr. Mario. We got Jamie. Okay. We got Tyrone. We got Tyrone in the Tyrone. We got Tyrone in the house. Hey, you know what? Hold on. Shout out to my truck drivers, man. Shout out to my truck drivers, my truckers. Y'all know I used to drive trucks. Y'all know I used to drive trucks, right? So, y'all let me know if this sound too loud. If this sound too loud, we're gonna get right into the show. I'm gonna just get to the point, man. Shout out to Greg Hackett, that boy over there in Philly. Shout out to Greg Hackett. He shot a video yesterday. I'm gonna let you guys hear it once we get over 100 people in here. I'll let you guys hear it. Y'all probably heard it already. And I was just, I didn't really even look at it that way, right? I didn't really even look at it that way. But I'm like, man, okay, we'll let me see what Greg's talking about. I gotta go get my hair. I gotta go get trimmed up. I'm gonna get trimmed up while I'm down here too. Probably when I'm gonna go to the barbershop. I'll probably go to the barbershop in the morning. Yeah, I'll probably go in the morning, something like that. Hey, what you say, Dodge J? Say Greg Flame Keyshawn. You know what though? Check this out. I didn't look at it I didn't look at it until he mentioned it. Until he mentioned it, you know, normally nothing gets past me, right? Until he mentioned it. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really. Now, hold on. I take that back. There's one guy that's been on Keyshawn's bumper for the same thing. And that's what's my main man out of Detroit? What's my main man out of Detroit, man? CJ from Goodfella TV. Now that I think about it, CJ from Goodfella TV was the first person I heard flame Keyshawn about that, right? You know what I mean? He very, he very selective. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have a really, really good relationship with Valiant Mason. Y'all may not know who Valiant Mason is, but you know the last name Valiant Mason, brother, which is the father. He's a really, really nice guy, bro. James Prince is their demeanor, like the way Abdullah Mason acts. You know, he's very respectful, he's only 21, very courteous, very respectful. His parents did a good job in raising him, his father and his mother, you know. So, I got a good relationship with them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call him today, probably later on. I meant to call him earlier today, but I didn't. I'm gonna call him probably today because I got an interview set up with them, as well. But I'm thinking about calling them later on today. So I'm just being honest with you. So, but I'm not gonna allow, my personal relationship to get in the way of doing the show, right? So, but they're good people, man. They real. I'm telling you, bro, they're really, really good people, bro. I don't know anybody who don't like the Masons, the Mason family. I don't. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like the father is impeccable, great man of high character. The brothers, great young men of high character. They are a reflection. I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I remember when I was younger, I was a teenager. I used to get in trouble a lot. Stayed in trouble, juvenile home, juvie, all that shit there, right? Then started going to the county jail and shit. Then then went to the YO camp. Then that graduated. You know what I mean? So, but my mother used to tell me, she said when you go out acting a fool at school or in public, but definitely in school, she said that's a reflection of me. My father wasn't around at that time, so and it's not his fault. I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him at all. My father wasn't around more than likely due to my mother. Did you get what I'm saying? So no, she's not here right now, but I kind of like figured a whole lot of stuff out. It had a lot to do with her. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, every situation is not always the man. It's not always, well, the man ain't here or whatever. The man ran and left. No. Every story, because anytime there's not a man in the house, the father that's not in the house, everybody, I think the way society is set up, everybody look at the man as a deadbeat, and they absolve the mother of any accountability, right? And just the way society is today, it's all about bashing the men, whether it's no matter what race, color, creed, nationality it is, but definitely, they like bashing the men. So I'm prefacing that to say this. I told y'all when I met Keyshawn Davis on multiple occasions, but when I was really around him, we was in the hotel. We was in the hotel room together, right? Not the hotel room, my bad. We was at the hotel where they had the weigh-in in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia. And I tried to interview Keyshawn Davis in Vegas. And I was getting ready to interview him, but there was this hating ass female that Top Rank have. Shout out to Top Rank, because I ain't got no issues with Top Rank. I fuck with Top Rank. Shout out to Carl Moretti. That's my guy. I talked to him. Evan Korn, the guy with media relations. That's my guy. I fuck with him. And Bob Barham. I met Bob Barham, the security guy. His security, I forgot the brother's name, but I remember he used to box. He was a boxer. I remember he used to fight and professionally. So I think did he fight Roy Jones? I could be wrong. I think he fought Roy. I want to say he fought Roy, the guy who do security for Bob. I want to say he fought. I'm not sure. I could be wrong because me and him had a long conversation. I want to say he fought Roy. I'm not sure. Shout out to H-Town T. H-Town T. What to say, brother? Let's pull my main man up. H-Town T says so we get a black fighter fighting other black fighters, and it's wrong. But we also say Mexican versus black is getting worn out. H-Town T say which one is it? Genuine question, by the way. Okay. You know what, H-Town? That's a legitimate question. I'm gonna address. Listen, I'm gonna address all of that. I'm gonna address all of that. I promise you. I'm gonna address all of that. I got you. Hey man, shout out the doggone Blue Blood. Blue, what's going on? He say salute. Yeah, his name is Derek. Yeah. Hey, good looking out, Blue. I forgot his name. Hey, Blue, did he fight Roy Jones? He fought Roy, right? I think I know Blue. No, cause Blue know everybody. He fought Roy, right? Thank you. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV, man. He fought Roy, I think. I'm not sure. Cause me and him had a long conversation in Norfolk, Virginia when I was out there. I want to say he fought Roy. I could be wrong, guys, but anyways, he real cool dude. I ain't got none. I don't know nobody in the media, like especially YouTube channels, who have a problem with Top Rank. If you got a problem with Top Rank, I really don't know. You know, the media people over there is nice. You know what I mean? Like they. But anyways, I used to. So I was going to make a long story short. I was going to interview Keyshawn Davis when I was in Vegas. This is when Teofimo fought Jermaine Ortiz. And I met Stitch Duran there. You guys know I ended up interviewing him. I met Stitch Duran. I met Floyd Mayweather Sr. Got pictures with him as well. And I met a lot of people there. Who else I met? Yeah, I met a lot of people there, right? Riddick Bowe live here in Tampa. Well, I'm in Miami right now, but he's in Tampa right now. So I think Riddick Bowe live in Tampa now. He got a house in Tampa. I know exactly where he live at. Him, Antonio Tarver, quite a few people, fighters live in Tampa. Y'all probably don't even know about it, or in the Tampa Bay area, which would be, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, stuff like that. But anyways, hey, what you say? Daniel said, yeah, he fought Roy. Okay, all right, cool. So anyway, so make a long story short, Keyshawn seemed to always, I told y'all now, when I met him again in Norfolk, Virginia, this is after he missed weight with Edwin De Los Santos. I was interviewing Timothy Bradley. Shout out to Tim. And we were shocked about the whole thing. I'm like, damn, what? For real? All that shit happened, right? And then I want to say, damn, I want to make sure I get my timelines right, because I want to say the hotel was downtown. It was downtown. The hotel was downtown. So I want to say when we was going up, Bud was there. We was going up the elevator together. It was me, this woman. I think she was either part of his family or whatever. And it was a kid. She had a kid with her. And then the elevator opened up, and then Keyshawn stepped in there. So I'm a big energy person, right? So, I look people in the eyes when I talk to him. So I look people in the eyes. When he came in the elevator, I looked him in his eyes. He looked in my eyes. And then he kind of like, he didn't say nothing to me. He kind of like rolled his eyes at me or some shit, turned his head. Like, yeah, nigga, I want to say it was after, it was at night. It was after the missed weight. I want to say it was after the missed weight. The missed weight weigh in, it was after that. And then he found out that he wasn't fighting. So, And then I was around him again later on that day, and he give off that bad bitch energy. Like if I was to what did it say, Blue? Blue said, yeah, what you say, family said, yeah, he definitely fought. Oh, that was a 2021. Okay. Roy stopped him. Okay. 2001. I figured that because we had a long conversation, Blue. Derek. Yeah, shout out to Derek. He's a good dude. And so he gave off kind of like the bad bitch energy. I always said that Keyshawn reminds me of, and I don't mean this with no disrespect. This with all due respect. Not to this degree now, not to this degree, but he reminds me of, I want to say Clarissa Shields. He's kind of like a, because I know Keyshawn Davis fans will get mad. I ain't saying he no woman. I ain't saying that at all. I'm just saying like from a personality standpoint, they're very, I see a lot of similarities. Do you get what I'm saying? Just from a personality standpoint. He's not to the degree of Clarissa. I don't think nobody, it's hard to top Clarissa. It's hard to top the Guat. You know what I mean? But he kind of I'm just saying he kind of remind me, I see that in him. And I don't know if that comes from, he grew up, his mother raised him, right? He didn't grow up around men. That's why I spoke about the fathers in the beginning of the monologue. He probably didn't grow up around a lot of men. So he displays a lot of that. He displays a lot of, you get what I'm saying? He displays a lot of that. I was raised by a single mother energy. Now, there's a lot of men that was raised by single mothers that don't act like that. But then there's a lot of men, there's some men that are raised by single mothers do act like that. And this is not a knock on the mother. This is just saying like a lot of that emotion I can see. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the best I can, that's the nicest way I can put it. That's the nicest way I can put it. So when Greg Hackett, oh yeah, shout out to Bill Haney. I spoke to him too. When Greg Hackett dropped this video yesterday, I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, Greg going in. I got the video up. I'm going to share it. Let me know if y'all can see it when I post it. So let me read my opening monologue. I always write a monologue before I do a show. Keyshawn Davis only has smoke for black fighters, ? Greg Hackett breaks it down. So this is from Greg Hackett's perspective. And I thought about it. I gave it some deep thought. In a recent video, and there's two sides to the coin. H-Town T touched on it. He said, look, man, we can't be saying black fighters need to fight each other in one breath, but then when a black fighter is calling out other black fighters, now you complain about that. So I get what H-Town T is saying. So we're going to set that to the side. That's a valid point. Now, but there's another side to the coin, and I'm going to share it with you. So in a recent video, Greg Hackett exposed Keyshawn Davis for having selective smoke for certain black fighters like Devin, Haney, and Abdullah Mason, but never having smoke for Hispanic fighters like Teofimo Lopez and Edwin De Los Santos and Andy Cruz. And I'm going to let Greg say it himself. The issue Greg has is that Keyshawn wants to put pressure on, or he want to press up on 21-year-old newly crowned WBO champion Abdullah Mason. Now, Abdullah Mason became the WBO champ because Keyshawn Davis got stripped of his belt because he didn't try. Well, he didn't make weight for the Edwin De Los Santos fight. It's obviously he didn't try. Did you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of information I found out when I was in Virginia that I know about. So it is what it is, but obviously he didn't try. Then he went to talking about he was drinking. Then he went to talk about he was doing this and doing that. Then he went to talk about the Hinton melt. Certain words they don't want you to really tripping on social media, but Hinton melt. Hinton melt is if you take the H and replace it with the M, and you take the M on the melt and replace it with an H, that's what it is. So he spoke about a lot of these fighters, they starting to do that, right? Anytime some shit go wrong or whatever, oh man, I'm suffering from Hinton melt, right? Hinton melt. So I'm like, well, shit, I couldn't use that shit when I was in the courtroom I'm in the courtroom in front of these in these crackers courtroom at the courthouse. I couldn't tell him, yeah, Your Honor, don't send me up the road because I'm going through mental health. He said, okay, I tell you what, we got a place for you. Since you're going through mental health, well, listen. Since you're going through mental health, take these 15 years. We're going to give you 15, and you're going to have plenty of time to work on that. You get what I'm saying? See, that's how they do it. That's how they do. Yeah, dog, don't worry about it, dog. Listen, we're going to take these 20. Take these 29. Because if you go to trial, we're going to hit you. We go to trial, you're going to get a life sentence. Or you're going to get 25. You're going to get 20 with the bitch. You know what the bitch is? The bitch is when you go in the state courtroom and they label you as a habitual offender. An habitual offender is someone you consistently doing this same shit over and over and over and over. You're a career criminal. Since he's a career criminal, he's not learning this lesson. We want to habitualize him, hit him with the bitch, and then that's an enhancement sentence. So you go in the courtroom, if they say you got 15 with the bitch, you got 30 years. It's study. Because it doubles. Just want to throw that out there for you jitterbugs who want to be about that life. So what he's saying is this here, right? This is what he said. Now the issue that Greg has is he want to press up on 21-year-old Abdullah Mason, but he doesn't bring that same energy to Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz has consistently pressed Keyshawn for a fight when both men was at 135. As you guys know, Andy Cruz beat Keyshawn multiple occasions throughout the amateurs. I think he beat him. Yeah, he beat him in the Olympics as well, if I'm not mistaken. Cruz called Keyshawn Davis his son, meaning I own you, boy. You know what I mean? And Keyshawn did or said nothing. This is what I see that Greg Hackett is talking about. Because I do get what my brother H-Town T is saying from H-Town, but I'm like, okay, if you had that energy like that, you was in shit. Andy Cruz, you and him was in the same goddamn weight division at 135. The man was disrespectful. He said all kind of things about you. When you was at his fight, and he walked right by you. You and your brother, you and your play brother, Shakur Stevenson was together, and he walked up. He looked at you. You ain't say one word to him. You kind of like walked right by him. He walked up to Keyshawn, Shakur, and shook his hand and everything. He didn't look like he was scared. He wasn't nervous. None of that there. Like this man been disrespecting you on a regular. So what he's saying is, my nigga, if you was really about that, if you really this tough guy and people know you ain't nothing to be fucked up with and nothing to be playing with, why you ain't keeping that same energy with Andy Cruz? And then, so he make a point right there. They do make a point right there. So basically what he's saying is Teofimo Lopez, he brought Teofimo Lopez up. Teofimo Lopez sent bananas and chicken. I think it's watermelon and bananas and chicken or some shit. Sent bananas and chicken or some shit to Keyshawn's room, and he called him a monkey. Keyshawn thought that the dude from what the dude name he beat for the WBO belt, I forgot his name. He from the Ukraine though. He from the Ukraine. He thought that dude did it. And then when he found out it was Tio, it wasn't no, nigga bought Tio. When I see him, I'm gonna do A, B, C, and D. Wasn't no energy for Tio. Then he went on. Then guess what he did? He apologized for Tio. He would have talked about, oh man, Tio ain't really racist. Yeah, he called me a monkey. He sent me bananas and he said niggas and all that, but he really ain't racist. So, it ain't even like that. So the guys who he should have had smoke for, he didn't want to have smoke with him. So this is what he's saying. This is what he said. And guess what? That's a valid point. That's a real valid point, right? As a matter of fact, Keyshawn took up for Teofimo Lopez after that incident. Yet, according to Greg, he has so much smoke for Abdullah Mason. In the Dela Santos fight, Keyshawn intentionally missed weight and he lost his belt on the scale. Abdullah Mason was the one who saved the night for that show, right? He was the co-main. Then when Keyshawn couldn't fight, he got moved up to the main, right? After that, Keyshawn Davis and his brother, the young brother, tried to jump Nair Albright, the brother from Philly. Shout out to Nair Albright, man. I like that brother. He's one of my favorite fighters now. After he beat the older brother, Kelvin Davis, in the ring, right? Then Keyshawn claimed that he's suffering from mental health issues. and talks about his faith in Jesus. See, yet Greg feels that this is all a front. Let's listen to the video to see if Greg Hackett has a point. I'm gonna try to share it. Let me know if you guys can hear it good or not. If not, then I'll just try to tell you what he said. So, and honestly, I think that was Greg spoke again. I don't know Greg Hackett personally, but I like Greg Hackett. He's from Philly. I like Greg Hackett. I think he's funny myself. I don't have any issues with him, so I ain't got nothing bad to say about the brother. But I honestly think that he gave in his objective observation. I haven't spoken to Greg. I ain't got his. Do I have his number? I might have his phone number, but I haven't spoken to him. Right? I think I might have sent him a text message or something when I set that fight up between him and Brian Norman Sr. A lot of y'all don't know that fight happened through me. I got the receipts. That fight happened through me, right? Greg Hackett and Brian Norman Sr. fought each other in Atlanta. That happened through me. You get what I'm saying? So, and those are the facts. Those are the facts. I got anybody challenge me on that. I got the receipts for it. Literally. So, I honestly think that was his objective opinion based on his personal observations. And when I looked at that, I'm like, you know what? I can see where he's coming from, because I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the fact that he stepped up Abdullah Mason. That wasn't the fact with me. If you want to fight Abdullah, that's fine. But Keyshawn, you at 147 now. You said you're moving up. Said your next fight gonna be at 147. Abdullah Mason at 135. How y'all gonna fight? Y'all got the same manager. And I know the reason why you want to press him and fight him is because, Abdullah Mason does have some defensive issues. He get hit a lot. He does. Defense is not his strongest suit. I will say that. Because his style of fighting, he doesn't know how to fight his style and how to slip, roll, catch, parry. He know how to slip, roll, catch. Let me take that back. He know how to do all of that, right? But when he's pressing, he don't know how to, he gets hit entirely too much. Like when you fight that mid-range to close range fight, you got to know how to become a slick fighter. You got to know how to swim and not get wet. He don't know how to swim and not get wet. Pernell Whitaker knew how to swim and not get wet. Mike McCallum, one of my favorite fighters, and Pernell was my guy, know how to swim and not get wet. Salvador Sanchez knew how to swim and not get wet. I can fight you close range, you ain't gonna be able to hit me. James Toney knew how to swim and not get wet. People say, yo, man, James took a lot of hits, man. That's why I say James Toney ain't take no lot of hits as fighting. I mean, as a fighter, and so when he had boxing matches, he took a lot of punches in sparring. See, a lot of y'all don't understand. Y'all think that y'all forget about the damage that sparring does to you. James Toney had notorious sparring sessions. He was known for lining dudes up in the gym, and he'll spar this dude and cuss him out, talk about his mama, and then say, come on, you next, get in here, while he dead tired. And bro, just ask anybody who know James Toney. He was known for doing that. You get concussions in sparring. Did you know that? Headgear don't stop your brain from rattling inside your skull. So James Toney had notorious sparring sessions. Y'all forgot about that too. So, smart, you know what I mean? So, anyways, let's listen to the video and see does he have a point. I want to do that. Let's listen to the video and see does he have a point. And another thing too, I'm tired of these fighters, these soft ass fighters. Every time I turn around, y'all holler about you suffer from mental health. Tyson Fury was the first one that I know of in the modern era to come out and say that. And when he lost his belt to when he beat Vladimir Klitschko, Fury went on and then he kind of like retired because he got popped when they tested him, he had nandrolone in his system. He said he got it from boar's meat. He was eating boar's meat or boar's testicles or something of that sort. And he said he got it from that. But then he abruptly retired after they suspended him. He abruptly retired. He was gone from boxing for almost 2 years. And guess who resurrected his career? Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was the one that resurrected Tyson Fury's career. Brought him back. And I told you guys before why he did that. What was the plan on that, right? So anyways, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to D4L. What did he say? He say Ryan pulled that itch as well. Yeah, Ryan Garcia did do that. They'll say some racist shit. You know what I mean? Like you got these racist ass motherfucking Hispanics out there. I'm not saying all Hispanics are racist. I'm not saying that at all. I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez, known racist. Ryan Garcia, known racist. You have these racist Hispanic fighters like Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia, and then they'll say some racist shit. These black fighters don't say nothing. These black fighters, and I told you guys, these black fighters take up for them. Whether it's Tank Davis, whether it's Keyshawn Davis, whether it's Shakur, they'll take up for the dudes. Right? But then that's the selective stuff that I be seeing that I talk about. They'll take up for the dudes, and then they'll have smoke for their brother. I ain't gonna say brother. We'll just say people who look like them. But the guy who calling you niggas and calling you monkeys and sending you bananas and stuff, you openly defended them. Matter of fact, not only do you openly defend them, you do it with so much respect. But the dude who ain't disrespecting you, the dude, you got so much disrespect and vitriol for him. So my thing is, if you're going to do that, be that way with everybody. That's what I'm saying. But let's hear what, bro, let's say, and this is why I told y'all, I said, you ain't going to never see me stick my neck out on the line for no black fighters in boxing. That ain't happening. Black American boxing. You want to know why? Because these dudes, they don't have a code. A code is an honor system that everything lives by for the most part. You get what I'm saying? In nature, animals, certain species have codes. It's certain things that lions ain't gonna do and they will do. It's certain things that hyenas will do and won't do. There's certain things that wild dogs will do and won't do. There's certain things that just the law of the land is different groups and will and won't do. And boxing, this is why I told y'all got to stop looking up to these dudes because these fighters will let you down every time. Stop trying to make these guys your heroes. This ain't this 50s and 60s. This ain't when Muhammad Ali was boxing. This ain't when Sonny Liston was boxing. These niggas ain't Ali. These dudes ain't struggling, going through nothing, right? These dudes are privileged. The fighters who came before them paved the way for them, but yet these dudes get the most praise. They get the most accolades for doing nothing. Nigga, you think some of these niggas think because you known on a YouTube channel that you popping. No, you ain't popping, fam. You just popping with that YouTube channel. Social media boxing is very, very small. I told y'all, a lot of these dudes, man, shit, like outside of a boxing or a celebrity event, definitely boxing. But outside of that, man, motherfucker wouldn't even know who these motherfuckers is, fam. For real though. Won't even know who these motherfuckers is. Shout out to Motown T, man. Shout out to Casino. Shout out to the Boxing Don. So we can't y'all know. Oh, they came back. Y'all came back? Yeah, so what I'm saying is you can't. So what I'm saying is, what are my kids? What I'm saying is you can't hold these guys to that criteria. I look at them for what they are. They fighters. That's it. I'm not going to hold them to some kind of moral high ground or moral standard. That's not what this is. This is, man, I'm a fan. I just want to see you fight certain fighters, see what your career pan out to be, and that's it. Before you started boxing, before any of these fighters started boxing, I was a boxing fan. If these fighters retire right now, I'm still going to be a boxing fan. Did you get what I'm saying? So I just want to throw that out there. But let's dedicate this show. Let me know how this look. Let's dedicate this show to the hood.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? So yes, sir. So let's pull this up. Greg Hackett. Bear with me one moment, y'all. Let me see where we at. Where you at, Greg? Oh, my bad. There we go. Sorry about that. Y'all let me know if y'all can see that. Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. Give me a thumbs up if you can see it, and if you can. Give me a thumbs up if you can see this. All right, Chris said we can see it. All right, shout out to Chris Legg. Let me know if you can hear it.
When a man pretends to be something he is not, that shit grinds my gears, ladies and gentlemen. And you meaning to tell me your father is from Cuba and you claiming Virginia? And every time he approached you with that energy, you never had anything for him. But Abdullah Mason could be minding his business. Why? Why do you do that to your brothers? But when it's a Dela Santos or your father, Cruz, you don't have that same energy. What is it? I am completely lost.
Let's stop right there. Okay, put that right here. Let's stop right there. I said, you know what? Hold on. When he worded it like that, I said, you know what? He got a point. Edwin De Los Santos, you didn't even try to make the weight to fight him. Even if people thought you could have won, you literally did not try to make weight. And then you acted in nefarious behavior and tried to jump Nair Albright after he beat your brother. You and your brother tried to do that. What did Nair Albright do to you that make you want to jump him in Norfolk, Virginia? The same Nair Albright that you fought, that some people thought you lost to in Texas, but you won. And the fight became a no contest because you had marijuana in your system, which for me, that was crazy. That shouldn't have been a no contest for that, for me. You get what I'm saying? But those are the rules in the state of Texas. So if you know the rules and you break them, no matter how much I like the rule or don't like the rule, you agreed to it. And since you agreed to those rules under the circumstances, guess what? That's what happened. So, listen, matter of fact, let me stop talking. Let's just listen to what Greg got to say. No, you know what? My bad. Yeah, but we ain't see this energy when, bro, I remember it like it was yesterday. Edwin De Los Santos had a fight. Not the one he just lost, but the one before that. Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson was there. I remember it like it was yesterday. When the video was out there. Edwin De Los Santos, Andy Cruz walks out of the ring. He come down. He see Keyshawn Davis standing right there. He sees Shakur Stevenson standing right there. Edwin De Los Santos walked right up to both of them. Looked at Keyshawn. Keyshawn looked at him and acted like he wasn't even there, like he was invisible. He ain't say, I want to fight you. He ain't say, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D to you. He ain't say none of that. This man been trolling you, saying everything under the bus about you. Say he your father, this and that. Y'all been calling you out. When both of y'all was at 135 together, you ain't have no smoke. Well, no, we're talking about Andy Cruz. My bad, Andy Cruz. My bad, Andy Cruz. Sorry about that. Andy Cruz walk over there, shake Shakur Stevenson's hand. Your brother, your play brother. And I never understood that. I never understood the Teofimo Lopez situation. And you forgave him, and y'all went on a world tour. Every time somebody interviewed y'all, oh man, Tio, man, you know, Tio ain't really, man, he ain't really like that. He just trying to sell a fight. I've never heard somebody making racist statements. Oh, he really ain't no racist. He just trying to make a fight. But you got so much energy and vitriol. It's for me. It's not the fact that he pulled up on Abdullah Mason. It was the way he did it. He showed so much anger. I don't want to say hatred, but he showed so much anger and vitriol for Abdullah Mason. Then he showed that same vitriol to Abdullah Mason's father. Now, I got a personal relationship with both of these guys, but definitely the father. But you ain't had that energy for Andy Cruz. You ain't had that energy for Tio when he sent you bananas and called you a monkey. As a matter of fact, you defended him. Let's continue.
And the only thing I can think of is this little motherfucker got pics. Huh? You got energy for everybody else. When it's something you can recognize, let's say. But when it comes to them Spanish dark-skinned brothers, it's something about them, boy. So from now on, we're going to call Andy your father, and we're going to call Dela Santos your uncle. I don't know what it is.
Wookie Wook said that he said Abdullah Mason looked visibly shaken. I don't know if he was visibly shaken. It's Ramadan, and for all of those, I spent part of my life in the black nationalistic faith in the Nation of Islam, and actually in the Deen, I studied with the Sunnis as well, right? I studied the Hadith, the Quran, and all that stuff, right? So I did Ramadan a million times. Used to go to Jummah service, stuff like all that stuff, right? So Ramadan is more of a spiritual fasting, more so than it is a physical fasting. So that's what it's really for. You restrain. I'm going somewhere with this Wookie Woo. So you restrain from eating foods and stuff, but you're supposed to restrain from all of the. It's a time to get your mind to reset. That's what Ramadan is for. So I don't know if, and you're not supposed to be having bad thoughts, evil thoughts, stuff like that. You want to try to keep your emotions in check, especially when someone is acting kind of like aggressive the way Abdullah Mason. The way Keyshawn Davis was acting. So I get what you're saying. It kind of like he was shook, but it could have just been he was just restraining himself. Because in the Hadith, Prophet Muhammad says in the Hadith that, and and I read this before. He said that it's a parable. I could be quoting it wrong. He said the strongest man is not the one who have the biggest muscles. He said the strongest man is one who can restrain himself when he's angry. So he could have gotten angry. He could have been like, man, this motherfucker pushing up on me, man. Like, because Abdullah Mason, he ain't soft. You know, this dude pushing up on me, and he wanted to fight Keyshawn for that belt. But Keyshawn dropped it. He lost it, right? You know, so you get what I'm saying? You got to look at, I took all that into consideration myself. Did you get what I'm saying, Wookie Woo? I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I see the other side of it too. You know what I mean? Then the man, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We gonna look at it again. We gonna look at it, brother. We gonna look at it. Wait a minute. Oh, my bad. I'm tripping.
So after Wu Albright situation, you never gave us an apology. You running around acting like you looking for a fight. It's plenty of fights. Plenty of big fights. But you want to play with brother Abdullah Mason. Why? And I know why. Because you know it's not in his mannerisms to act that way. He's opposite of what you are.
That is true. That is true. Abdullah Mason, he don't act the way Keyshawn Davis act. Like his mother and father. He had the balance in his life. He had the mother and the father. He had the balance. So, and he grew up around a lot of strong men with high character. Keyshawn Davis didn't grow up around a lot of strong men with high character. I think that's obvious. Did you get what I'm saying? I think that's obvious. Matter of fact, let's go back. Let's go back because I almost I don't want to mess this up.
He don't like to put on the show until it's fight night. He don't like to put on a show until it's fight night. But you like putting on shows. You like attention. And there's nothing wrong with that. Get it how you live, champ. I just want to know what's the problem when it comes to Dela Santos. You got a drinking problem, and your father, you ain't got no energy for him, but you celebrated his downfall behind his back.
Now, this is what he's talking about. When he says his father, he's talking about Edwin De Los Santos. No, he's talking about Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz said that he's Keyshawn Davis's father because historically, every time they have fought, whether it's the amateurs and the Olympics, he's always beating them. So that's what he mean by that. So that's showing open disrespect, right? So if you someone that's really like that, when someone is openly disrespecting you, especially a guy who's beating you in the amateurs, that should be the first guy who you want to fight, to put hands on, to try to rectify that situation. You never tried to do that. So what Greg is saying is you're being very selective because you picking and choosing. See, a bully, a real bully, he try everybody. The thing, I'm not saying Keyshawn is a bully, but I'm just painting a picture. A real bully, he's not selective in his bullying. Real bullies will try anybody and everybody. He try dudes his size or smaller or even smaller. Now, that's not the definition of what bullies do in today's times. Well, if you're really a bear, put it that way, if you're really a bear, that's the difference between a bear and a bully. Let me rephrase that. Bullies only pick on easy targets. Bullies only mess with targets that they can easily, that they look as a non-threat, and I could just get some points on them and make his ego feel good. A bear don't care who you is. Bear want it with other grizzly bears. If you're a grizzly bear, he a grizzly bear, he ain't got no problem fighting you. The bear is not selective. The bear wanted all the smoke, for real. Shout out to Makila. So that's what he's saying. Anyway, so let's continue. Now, the brother stuff, I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with the brother stuff. Because nobody looks at each other as brothers like that in boxing. Philly don't do it with their fighters. Norfolk, Virginia, whoever other, they don't do it that way. These guys, like, there's no brotherhood. These fighters today don't look at other black fighters as their brother. They didn't come up in that mold. So I hear what Greg's saying. Why you do that to your brother? Well, he gotta. In order for you to say that, he will first have to look at you as a brother. Just because they look like you don't mean they're your brother. That's why skin color politics don't work. You get what I'm saying? But I just want to throw that out there.
You went outside and had a party. But Andy Cruz could be having a drink, doing a dance, and calling you his son. Like he had a house party. Son, come here. Come here. Come talk to me. He walk up on you. Son. My son. And you ain't got nothing for him. But you want us to believe you this big bad gorilla, this big bad wolf. But when it comes to a Dela Cruz and a Dela Santos and a Cruz, you don't have the same energy. Huh? Where does that work? But now it comes to Edwin De Los Santos, you got a drinking problem. Since when, brother? Well, you told us it was just weed. You told us it was just weed. Marijuana. Now you drinking? What was you drinking, brother? What was you drinking? What did you have to drink? And then you told us you had a sip every day.
Somebody said that in the chat. He said Cruz is a contender. Abdullah Mason is a champion. Abdullah Mason is a champion at 135. The very same belt that Keyshawn Davis had. And it got taken from him. Keyshawn Davis, according to his mouth, what he said out of his mouth, he's moving up. His next fight going to be at 147, so he's moving up to 147. He won't even fight the other champions that's at 140. Gary Antoine Russell's there, this and that. He don't want to fight his brother, his play brother, Shakur, so he's moving up to 147. So if that is the case, and you have no intentions on moving down to 135, what is the purpose, what is the point of calling out Abdullah Mason? Don't tell me you calling him out because he's a champion. He's a champion at 135, the very same belt that you got stripped of. You fight at 147 now, according to you. That's your next fight going to be at. So how you calling out a dude that's 2 weight divisions below you? So make that make sense. But I digress.
When? Where? Why? What was the point of that? Edwin De Los Santos hadn't been in the ring for 2 years. I don't understand. Huh? Norfolk, Virginia. We got the mayor here. We got Allen Iverson here. We got Mike Vick here taking time out of their life to come see you. And you let it fall. But the same brother you keep going at was the same brother that saved the show and put on a show in front of your people. And he was nothing but respectful. And you keep finding time to disrespect him. You got pics, brother. When another brother looks like you fine with it. You all big and bad. You all aggressive and extra. Stop. Stop. You not like that for real. Stop. You putting on an act. Because when you see your uncles, Cruz and De Los Santos, you barely can't even look at them. You don't even want to look them in their face. And you got nerve to be acting crazy. The mental health monster. That's your favorite excuse. That's your favorite excuse. Then you run right back to church. You act crazy and then run right back to church. How many times you gonna run that play, nigga? How many?
said, how many times you gonna run that play? he said, how many times you gonna run that play? Bro, I ain't gonna say it like to you, dog. I'm tired of these fighters doing this here, bro. Fam. Bro, just say, look, see, there's no accountability. This is the problem. This is the problem that I have with today's society. We looked up this word. I think accountability is what is it's either 12 or 14 letter word. Not sure. I could be wrong. It's either 12 or 14. I could be wrong with it. But anyways, they don't take no accountability for anything. Do you notice that? When these fighters, men, or just men in society, some of them, the ones that they show publicly, you never see a person say, you know what, I was wrong in what I did. I got to hold myself accountable. I didn't do the things that I should have done. When Keyshawn did what he did, he went off on everybody. We didn't hear nothing from him for 2 months. And then when he resurfaced 2 months later, he really didn't give an apology. He gave a half-hearted apology. And then it was like a backhanded apology. No accountability. People came from all over the country to see you fight in your city. Michael Vick was there. Allen Iverson was there. Your quote-unquote big brother, Bud Crawford, was there. I was there. People came from all over. I talked to a lot of people in Virginia that day. Went out to the club with some brothers I met from Kansas City. Met some tall ass niggas from Kansas City. I mean, they do like 6'4", 6. I met the brothers. I got their phone number. I haven't spoken to them in a couple of months, but the brothers, it was 2 brothers, a cousin, and a father. They like, man, we watch your show all the time, coach. I ain't never called your show. We watch your show all the time. I met so many people at Norfolk, Virginia who watched the show, who came up to me and were just talking to me, bro. We were just hanging out, kicking it. Or I went out to I'm like that. I'm like that. Like, you know, I'll be in the hood, in your city, or whatever. I'm like that. You know what I mean? I'm a people person. I come from that environment, so that environment don't scare me because I come from that environment. Do you get what I'm saying? But we was there, bro. They came to see you fight. You didn't even apologize to your fans that night. You didn't say, you know what, man, I'm sorry for what I did. It was very childish of me. It was very unprofessional. Y'all came from all over, spent y'all money to see me fight. I did, because Keyshawn one of my favorite fighters. And what I did was unacceptable. He ain't do none of that. He just looked at, then talking about everybody turned against me. Then he played victim. Everybody turned against me. He got rid of Bo-Mag. Bro, I'm like, dude, you ain't came out and no accountability. And then they want to holler about they suffer from mental health, and then they want to holler about, then they want to talk about Jesus. You church, you in the church now, looking for sympathy. You faking. Because if you really was on that word like you said you was, that word talks about accountability. There's no accountability. How you gonna follow someone as strong as Jesus was in the Bible, the character that was created? Whatever you want to believe, I don't care. But you pick and choose what examples you want to follow. What about accountability? I don't care what your religion, race, faith is. I don't care about none of that. Political views, I don't care about none of that. Well, let's deal with the word accountability. There's no accountability. Ryan Garcia, same thing. No accountability. Oh, I'm suffering from mental health. I was drinking, I was doing this, I was doing that. You listen, you telling me everything but accountability. Instead of it being, you telling me everything, you in the word now, you got, you drinking, you this, you that. And then you go on these interviews where they asking you soft questions. Oh man, you know what, man? How long you been going through that, brother? Oh man, I've been going through this a while and all that stuff there. No, but see, somebody like me. Look, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that religion shit and all that mental. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Fam, do you hold yourself accountable for anything? Do you see where you was wrong at in this situation? Yes or no? And if you see where you was wrong at in this situation, what do you plan on doing from this point forward to correct the situation to make sure it don't happen again? Do you feel that you owe people, your fans, an apology? See, these fighters today, they ain't going through no struggles. They entitled. And everybody a beast until they run up on somebody else who don't see them. So I get what Greg Hackett is saying. I get what he's saying. To be honest with you, I agree with a lot of stuff he said in this. This might piss off some people, but I don't care.
Times. You're going to keep running that same play. Every time you disrespect a motherfucker that look like you, nobody else. Even got cool with Teo after he called you all types of monkeys and sent you bananas. I don't know if that was a game or not, but that shit wasn't funny. And you ain't had no trouble for him. You ain't have no trouble for him. I can't believe you niggas for him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That right there, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't, I'm just saying me. I can't let that go. That right there, I can't let go. You got Teofimo Lopez calling several of you black fighters monkeys. Tank. Keyshawn, he sent you bananas and shot a video of him laughing, while eating a banana. What's funny about that? And you went on a world apology tour for him. But you ain't apologized to Nair Albright. I never met the brother, but I met you. You ain't apologized to him. But you apologize for Teo. Oh, man, Teo, man, he going through something, dog. You know how it is, man. I'm going through the same thing, dog. Yeah, man, I wasn't really wrong in what I did because I'm going through mental health. I'm going through mental health right now, so I really wasn't wrong. I'm just going through mental health. Yeah, man, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is what we doing? Oh, okay. All right, I get it. Okay, cool. All right, cool, no problem. I'm done. That's why I say I'm not emotionally attached to boxing no more. I'm not. I mentally checked out of this, to be honest with you. I mentally checked out of this. I show up every day for y'all because we built a community over here. Because when I started this channel 5 years ago, January 2021, I had 0 subscribers. Fast forward, March 2025, 26, we have 46,000 subscribers. And we've been able to go all over the country, meet people who I never thought I would meet, become friends with people who I never thought that I would ever become friends with. And we got a family bond and a relationship over here that we built. I don't come over here for boxing no more. I come over here just for y'all. Just being honest. I ain't impressed with these dudes. I'm just not. It don't excite me no more. I was excited in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Once this year started, it just ain't there for me no more, to be honest with you. However, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I like Keyshawn Davis. If I didn't like him, I wouldn't have spent my money to go to Norfolk, Virginia to see him fight. Devin Haney fighting Rolly Romero. Guess what? I've never been to a PBC fight before. Guess what? I beat that fight. So I say all that to say this, man. Like these dudes, I get what Greg is talking about. Now let's talk about the flip side. A-Style T, I ain't forgot about you. The flip side is this. I don't have a problem with Keyshawn Davis wanting to fight Abdullah Mason. I don't have a problem with it. However, I don't think he's genuine in saying that. It came off to me as though he was trying to, what they call it, you trying to hold somebody up, you trying to pull somebody whole card. During the month of Ramadan, and it didn't come off as being, you say you're a newfound Christian, it didn't come off as being Christian-like, unless you were a fighting Christian. So I'm gonna throw it back in their face. It wasn't the fact that you stepped to him, it was the energy behind it. You said yourself that you moved up, you skipped 140. You fought one fight at 140, now you're moving up to 147. And the dude you step into is 2 weight divisions down, 2 weight divisions below you. And you were talking about fighting him before you lost your belt. But you ain't want to fight Andy Cruz before you lost your belt. And it's the vitriol that it appears that you have. So let me see can I find it. Let me see can I find that video. Again, as I said before, these guys are fighters, so I'm not really getting involved in that. You know what I mean? I'm just speaking on the video that Greg Hackett is saying. And I agree with him to a degree. Now there are both sides of the coin, but I really agree with it. I kind of agree with him on this. I kind of agree with him on this. Hold on, let me see. So this is Debo Dev. All right, so this is Devin Haney right here. Devin Haney retweeting this. Let me see something.
Everybody know Devin Haney for his last fight, so I got to be in a 50-50 fight. In my reaction, Haney Romero, I got a 50-50, definitely a 50-50 fight. I've been talking to Rolly on the phone. I know how serious he is, so everybody know Devin Haney for his last fight, so I got to be in a 50-50 fight. In my reaction, Haney...
I'm not going to lie. The fight I want to see is Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. I can't even front, dog. However, I do know that Devin Haney is collecting belts. When he beat Rolly Romero, he's going to be a unified champion. He will have the WBO and the WBC title. WBC title. I think Crocker has the IBF, if I'm not mistaken. And I forgot who had the WBA. Shout out to Akila. I forgot who. Shout out to Miss Conner. Miss Conner, what's going on? I forgot who had the WBA. But, oh yeah, you know what? My bad. Ryan Garcia have the WBC belt. I forgot. He became a champion. Lewis Crocker have the IBF belt. Rolly Romero have the WBA belt. And Devin Haney have the WBO belt. Once Devin Haney beats Rolly Romero, he will have the WBO and the WBA belt. He'll be a unified champion. That leaves the other two guys with belts. If I'm Keyshawn Davis, especially now that Top Rank has a network deal with DAZN, if he's serious about fighting Devin Haney, if I'm Keyshawn, I would go after one of those other guys who have a belt. See, can he go after Crocker or Ryan Garcia? Because if Devin Haney is looking for the belts, then from what I'm seeing, and from what when I had Bill Haney on the show, he don't care. It doesn't matter who have the belt. He just want the belt. So if I'm Keyshawn, what I would do, I would go and fight one of those guys who have a belt. And if you get that belt from them, then that Devin Haney fight, all roads lead to you. Because in order for Devin Haney to become undisputed at 2 weight divisions, like his dad said, like Bill said he's trying to become, he will have to go through you. So if I'm Keyshawn, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. If I'm Keyshawn. You get what I'm saying? Because that'll be that's how you cut him off at the path. Shout out to Aquila. Shout out to Aquila. What's going on? Yeah, man. What'd you say? He said, I think all of the title holders, what'd you say, fam? He said, I think all of the title holders would try to unify before Keyshawn because of the risk. Well, this is the thing too, right? Keyshawn, like, he haven't had a fight at 147 yet. See, this is what Keyshawn messed up at. Combatech, I'm going to tell you where he messed up at. Do you remember when Terrence Crawford had the WBO title? He became undisputed at 140. And when he moved up, because he had the WBO belt, he was able to in his very next fight, when he moved up, challenge the WBO champion. And the WBO champion at that time was Jeff Horn. Prior to that, it was Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, took his belt. Crawford moved up. And because of the way the WBO rules are, if you was the WBO super champion, or I think super champion or whatever, at 140, if you move up in weight, you automatically get a shot at the WBO champion in the higher weight division. It's always been like that, right? If Keyshawn would have helped himself, if Keyshawn would have did what he was supposed to do and kept that belt at 135, fought Edwin De Los Santos, when he moved up to 140, he could have instantly challenged the 140-pound WBO champion. But he didn't do that. So when he moved up, who did he fight? He just stopped Jermaine Ortiz, right? He stopped him. But that fight right there could have been for a title had he not dropped the ball at 135. Where am I going with this? If he would have had the WBO title at 140, because by him keeping his belt at 135 and moving up, he directly get a shot at the 140-pound champion. When he moved up to welterweight, guess who he would have been in line to fight, had a direct shot at? Devin Haney. Not saying that was going to stop the unification match with Devin and Roland Romero. I'm not saying that. I'm saying once that fight is over with, if Devin Haney win or Roland Romero win, I got Devin beating him. But if let's say Devin Haney supposed to win, he has to fight the WBO guy who moved up, or he gets stripped. That's like he know this. Hey, Combatech, he know this. He know this. So I kind of, you know what I mean? No one is going to do him any favors. Oh, I'm gonna fight you now. You don't bring that to the table, you ain't got no belt. So it's not mandatory for any one of those champions to fight him right now, because he don't have a belt that he had in the lower weight division that he can use as leverage to force the fight by being the mandatory. He on the outside looking in. So if these guys in the weight division and welterweight are trying to fight each other to unify the division, you ain't got no belt. You on the outside looking in because you messed up your career. You messed up that aspect of that situation, right? You messed up that aspect of the situation. You don't dictate nothing now. Devin Haney ain't gonna do you no favors. I'm gonna stop chasing belts and just fight you because you want to fight. Ryan Garcia, I'm gonna stop chasing belts or not fight Devin Haney or whoever I'm gonna fight later on down the line or what. I really don't know what Ryan Garcia is doing, to be honest. I really don't know. But I'm just saying, for what I'm hearing, him and Devin gonna fight. They're gonna fight this year. They're gonna fight because that's where the money at. They're gonna stop what they're doing to do you a favor. No, it don't work that way, fam. It don't work that way. What to say, G5? G5 say that's why he's clout chasing different fighters, i.e. Ryan Garcia, Dev, and what you say, fam? And Abdullah. The Abdullah situation, G5, don't make sense to me because Abdullah's a 135-pounder. Put it this way. What you say, lackluster game? Put it this way. Let me say this before I forget. If Keyshawn Davis was serious about fighting Abdullah Mason, do you know who the mandatory was at 135 in the WBO division? If Keyshawn Davis never would have missed weight and got stripped of his title for blowing weight intentionally, and he hid behind mental health, do you know who was next in line to fight for that belt? Abdullah Mason. Did you know that? That's why Abdullah told him, he said, man, I got your belt. You said you want to fight me. He said, man, you ain't no champion. He said, I got your belt. He was next in line to fight for that belt. So let's say if Keyshawn Davis would have fought Edwin De Los Santos to beat him, right? Abdullah Mason fought who he fought on the undercard and beat him. He was next in line. He lost his belt. If he was serious about fighting Abdullah Mason at 135, he would have kept his belt, made weight, fought Edwin De Los Santos, beat him, and guess who the next fight was? The guy who he say he want to fight. So when I think about all of that now, I'm like, bro, this ain't making no sense. This is why Devin Haney fans are saying he clout chasing. And when I sat back and I looked at everything, right, I'm like, man, does he really want to fight these guys or he just talking? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I like the talk. I like the fact that he's in the ocean calling out Debo. I like the fact that he putting up in LA, putting up on the at the same house where the movie Friday was shot, the same neighborhood. I like all that. That's entertainment. But let's separate the entertainment from the reality. From the reality standpoint, if you look at the way he moving, he can't be serious about fighting these champions because he moving the total opposite of how someone would move when they want to fight the champions. His leverage was the fact that he was a champion at 135. He lost that leverage when he want to get drunk, drink, whatever, and blow weight. And then when he went to 140, he ain't fight no champions because he lost his leverage at 135. So he fought Jermaine Ortiz. He got a chance to fight a champion at 140, but he don't want to fight. He for some reason, Richardson Hitchens, I don't know what's going on with Richardson Hitchens. I can't speak for him. I don't know what's going on with him. Gary Antoine Russell, he there at 140. You ain't even mentioned his name. Then you got your play brother, Shakur Stevenson. You don't want to fight him because he your play brother. So if you serious about becoming a champion, you ruling yourself out of any opportunity of doing that based on your moves and actions. If Haney is fighting Rolly Romero for a unification fight, and Louis Crocker, I think he's supposed to fight his mandatory Albert Puello. He got to fight his Mando. And Ryan Garcia just got the belt. I don't know what he's doing. How you serious about fighting any of these dudes? Why are you pressing a dude at 135 who have your belt when you could have fought him at 135? Yeah, that don't make no sense, man. That don't make no sense. What you say, King Kong? He said Keyshawn versus Shakur is the next big fight in the future. Bro, there's no brother in boxing. A New Way Nakatani happens. Even a New Way don't want it, but still happens. Yeah. You're right. Because both of those guys are from Japan. Yeah. I see exactly what you're saying, King Kong. See, you can't be. That's all I'm saying. I just broke it down though. I just broke it down. Now, whether you believe he clout chasing or not, that's irrelevant. Again, I don't have a dog in the race, but I just broke down to you based on the moves that he's made. Forget what a YouTube channel saying. Forget what Greg Hackett is saying. Let's look at the facts. Take your feelings out of it. Let's look at the facts. The facts is this. The facts is this. Were you not the 135-pound champion? Those are the facts. Was Abdullah Mason next in line to become the mandatory after that fight he had in Virginia? If you were still the champion, he would have been your mandatory to fight. Was that not the case? Those are the facts. Had you beat the Edwin De Los Santos instead of losing your belt on the scale, when you had an opportunity, when you have an opportunity to fight Abdullah Mason, yes, those are the facts. So you blow that opportunity. Wasn't no boxing politics, wasn't no promoting, nothing got in the way of that. You did that. Okay. So you weren't serious about fighting Abdullah Mason, as far as I'm concerned, because your actions show otherwise. A 140, you fought Jermaine Ortiz, you stopped him. Cool. Is there smoke at 140 that you can fight? Black fighters, Shakur Stevenson, Richards and Hitchens, Gary Antoine Russell. You skipping that, you don't want none of them. You skipping that entire weight division. Black fighters now, you can fight. So you say your next fight going to be at 147, and you said that your next fight at 147 is going to be for a title. How your next fight going to be for a title? I mean, one of the champions. Devin Haney busy with Rolly Romero. Ryan Garcia, I don't know what he's doing. He just became a champion. Crocker got to fight his mandatory. Who you fighting at 147 as a champion? I got the video. I got it on my Twitter feed. I could play it. I played it on the show earlier this week. That's what you said. So the facts is, based on your actions, Not the white man, not the black man, not the Mexican man, or any other, or the Asian man, based on your actions. I don't care about what your fan. I don't care about what your man fans say. Based on your actions, not by what you said, by what you did. Your actions tell me that you ain't want none of this stuff. And you said you was going to Hilton Mouth. So what? Your Hilton Mouth kicked in, and you just. I don't know. I don't know if you're serious or not. How I know when you talk, you ain't having a Hilton Mouth episode? What, is he drinking again? Is it the weed? Like what is it? Is it Jesus? Like what is it? Like how do I know? So I can say I can't take you serious. No, I can't take this dude serious. Yeah, I know you mean. I know you're bad, and I know all that. There, you mean, you bad. You the toughest nigga on the planet. I get all of that. Fact of the matter is, I just laid out everything that you did from an action standpoint. And your actions are showing something totally opposite of what your words are saying with your mouth. That's all I'm saying, brother. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So he said he's too damn big for 35 and 40. Well, if he's too big for 35 and 40, he fought there, fam. You talking about as in Mason? How is he too big? He making a weight? I don't get that. He's too. I don't get that. That don't make no sense. He say, isn't the most smoke against black fighters? Yes. Shakur Stevenson is a black fighter. He don't want to fight him. Richardson Hitchens is a black fighter. He don't want to fight him. Gary Antoine Russell is a black fighter. He don't want to fight him. So he calling out Abdullah Mason, but Abdullah Mason fight at 135. He had an opportunity to fight Abdullah Mason at 135, but what did he do? He lost his belt on the scale. So you said all that to say what? Said all that to say what? Send another super chat, fam. Shout out to Dr. Mario. What did he say, fam? He say if you didn't complete the weekly assignment, you wouldn't even get, what did he say? You wouldn't even get a copy of his test. He says, Coach, you see the skills that Davis has. He's made a mistake. Okay, you saying all that to say what? I see the skills, he made a mistake. A whole lot of niggas got skills. So what? What are you saying? That sound like you deflecting. That's what it sounds like. I know you're a Keyshawn Davis fan. See, you are a reflection of him. That's the problem. You're a reflection of him. What did it say? He say this joker selling wolf tickets. No, he can fight. He can fight, Brother Lamar. He can fight. You know, he's a good fighter. But I just laid out for you objectively. Just laid out all of the facts. And I said, look, take your feelings out of it, because this ain't about your feelings. I laid out everything he did that led up to this point. Can you argue that? You get what I'm saying, Brother Lamar? I'm not saying you. Can any one of them argue that? Whoever that may be. Argue it. Shout out to La Jessica, man. Just living life. Jess, what's going on? Shout out to Will Dog, Willie Sumlin in the building. Salute, fam. Dr. Paul, Miss Connie. Shout out to the lovely Steph. Major League. Got Major League here. Shout out to M. Stevenson. He said, Coach, play the Carissa Shields on the next commercial break. You talking about the song? Shout out to Chucky. He said Keyshawn need to call out GAR, talking about Gary Antoine Russell. Bet he won't though. Nah, he ain't trying to see him. And for some reason, I don't know why. I mean, if you want black fighters, I just named 3 black fighters. Shakur Stevenson, Last time I checked, he black and Puerto Rican. But that's your brother. So we ain't fighting him. So you automatically ruling him out. Riches and Hitches. Gary Antoine Russell. The other dude, I think he's got to fight as mandatory. Okay, cool. At 147, you want Devin Haney. I want you to fight Devin Haney. But I'm also realistic. Just like when you was at 135, you went and fight Andy Cruz. You didn't look at him as a priority. Why should Devin Haney look at you as a priority? He fighting Roland Romero in a unification bout. A guy who you said you talked to on the phone. If he wins, he's in line to fight who? Ryan Garcia. Turk out the sheet gonna put the money up for that. Whoever win that fight out of them two, if he beat Ryan, which I'm pulling for him to beat Ryan, because ain't nothing of my fiber gonna make me root for Ryan Garcia or Teofimo. They could be fighting Papa Smurf. I'm picking Papa Smurf. Now, even though I'm not gonna bet no money on Papa Smurf, because I know it's highly unlikely that he will win, but that ain't the point. So these dudes got motion. Their fights with each other is going to be a lot bigger than you. Not saying that Keyshawn can't get those fights, but you got to wait. You're going to get the fight just because it won't happen now don't mean it ain't going to happen. You got to wait. You ain't had one fight at 147 yet. And you only had one fight at 140. Nobody has to acquiesce to you. Who the fuck is you? Just throwing that out there. That's all. Just throwing that out there. He said Russell ain't shit. That's your opinion. You entitled to it. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Shout out to Silence. Silent. What's going on, fam? Shout out to shout out to Pugilism. What's going on? Yeah. The dude say, Coach, you know he ain't shit. Speak for yourself. That's your opinion. Don't project your opinion on me. Tell me what I know. You don't know what I know. That's what you know. That's what you believe. I don't know if you're a part of Keyshawn Davis's team. I don't know if you are from Norfolk, Virginia. What I'm telling you is that's your opinion. Don't project your opinion on me. You ain't addressing no facts. You talk about how you feel. Can't about how you feel, nigga. Shit. Speak for you, my nigga. Don't speak for me. I get 25 false about your feelings, boy. Believe that. Shout out to the Boston Don. He said, man, speak for you. Yeah, speak for you. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it, sir. Shout out to 504 Josh. What's going on, fam? What's going on with you? I ain't seen you. I ain't seen you in a minute, brother. Dr. Paul is in the building. Matter of fact, somebody said they want to see Clarissa. Shout out to Jess. Hey, Jess. Oh, I gotta show y'all. Oh, I gotta show y'all this, bro. Oh, I gotta show y'all this. Oh, man. Yo, listen, man. Y'all gotta stop hating on the Guat. Listen. The Guat. Y'all gotta stop hating on the Guat. She's in love. She can rap, she can sing, and she can box. Y'all gotta stop hating on the Guat. That's all I'm saying. And what they say, he said, Coach, I'm all pulled out of the champion. She'll fight right now. Mogia about to get it. Yeah. We're gonna do a show on that. We're gonna do a show on that. Boss and Don, we're gonna do a show on that, brother. I promise you. Hey, look here, man. Shout out to Javier. Salute, fam. Shout out to Bishop Bullwinkle. Hey, what'd he say? He say, Coach, I pray for Shields to fight that guy. Hey, he say, Coach. Hey, look here, man. Look here. Y'all gonna stop hating on the Guat. That's all. Y'all gonna stop hating, dog. That's all I'm saying, fam. Y'all gonna stop hating, man. Right now, we just stop. We right yesterday, you know what I mean? We working on going platinum and triple platinum, and we got PAP, we got oh man. Hey, but you know what though, fam? Like, as a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's look at let's go to, let me see. Oh, this Devin. So this what Devin is saying. Let me see. I ain't read that part right there. Let me blow this up for y'all. Let me know if y'all can. Y'all should be able to see that. So this Devin Haney account, he say, dude, LOL, dude is a fraud, fake calling me out, but talking on the phone to Rolly. So he know for a fact me and Rolly are in negotiations. Well, they fighting May. Everything I'm hearing, they fighting in May. Admitted once he was calling me out for clout. He just running the same play. Okay. These are all the people in the comment section. He said, Keyshawn stops you. Easy work. Okay. He said he called you out in the ring and then went the next day and called out Crocker. Anybody with their brain sees right through him. He just clout chasing like he did with the fake tank call outs too. All right. They said, okay. Abdul Anwar, he said they literally teamed up. He don't signed up. Okay. He got Debo looking like Thanos. Oh boy. Gustavo says, hello, sir. Mr. Davis is currently installed at junior welterweight and therefore unrated at welterweight. Consequently, he cannot fight Devin Haney until a formal ratings request is submitted, considered, and granted. Further, bear in mind that there are other fighters rated at 147 pounds. Let me see. At 147 pounds before Mr. Davis. Regards. So, Gustavo, do you guys know who Gustavo is? He tweet that. Gustavo is the president of the WBO. And he's calling Keyshawn Davis. Like, how you say you want to fight a nigga who got a belt at 140 or 147, but you haven't even submitted paperwork to us letting us know officially that you moved up to 147 in order to challenge him. So, I mean, that speaks for itself, bro. Is Gustavo lying? And if so, why Keyshawn should come out and say he lying. I did submit it. He just got to move up. He just got to move up. That's all. That's all he got to do. He just got to move up. If he just officially move up, then that'll kill all that. Just officially move up. He said, request not sent, capping confirmed. Yeah, he haven't sent it. Like, I put it this way. When I remember when Crawford moved up, he let them know, look, I'm moving up to 147. I want to challenge this dude. But he had the belt though. by Keyshawn not having a belt, then he got to get in line. That's what he got to get in line and work his way through the ranks or whatever the case may be. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's going to have to do that. What he's going to have to officially move up. Now he said his next fight going to be at 147. That's what he said. However, I haven't seen proof of that. And according to what one sanctioning body, the WBO, is saying, he's confirming, no, this dude ain't did none of that. He ain't submitted no paperwork. He ain't told us nothing. So what he's saying on social media, is he having another mental health episode? Hey, Boxing Don, I wonder, is Keyshawn having another mental health? Is he having another mental health episode? Because that could be it too, since he's suffering from that. So maybe the call outs could be just him having another mental health episode. I don't know. I'm just asking. What did he say? Pool delivered. He say, so how does Haney team say they sent the offer to Keyshawn? What team? Who said that? What team? Like you say Haney team. What team? You talking about Bill? Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. He said, how can they offer to an unqualified fighter? Yeah, I don't know nothing about that, bro. I ain't never heard of that. Like, what receipts you got on that? What receipts you got? Well, like, cause I like to deal with receipts. Send me something. I'm very easy to find on Instagram. Look under True Media is Marketing, because I changed the name of my Instagram page to True Media is Marketing. Because, anyways, I changed it to that. Just look that up and like send me a video on that or something. Please do. Because that don't even make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. So anyway, what did he say, fam? He say Hilton Melf. Yeah, Hilton Melf. I got that from Ring IQ. I got that from Jules over there at Ring IQ. I would listen to him. And what he say? He say he could be having a mental outcry. Yeah, he could be doing that. Maybe again, see, this is the thing, right? If these dudes be crying that so much, how do we know later on down the line he not gonna say, oh yeah, man, I was just having another I wasn't taking my meds. I was having another mental health episode, man. That's what it was, dog. Because these dudes be acting real moody. 1 minute he calm, 1 minute he acting rowdy, 1 minute, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. What you say? You say it's a cry for help. That could be it. Maybe some of these dudes in the chat can help him. Maybe some of his fans in the chat can help him. It might be a cry for help, y'all. It could be that. That could be it. Let's see. Where is again, I just laid it out for you. When y'all go back and listen to the show, I just laid it out for you. And I dealt strictly with facts. I ain't go by what nobody said, none of that. I'm telling you, this what was done. Oh, I like this. I like this. Okay, okay, here in the gym. Oh, they're in Vegas. Oh, let me turn this music off. Oh, Lester Martinez. Okay, see, Bud and I work with Lester Martinez. Okay, yeah, he in Vegas right now. Well, he in LA now. Oh, that's a nice jab. I let Martinez. Okay. Walking with him, flowing through it. That's it. I ain't gonna lie, just the little subtle stuff that this dude doing. The footwork, cutting the ring off. Look how he cut that ring off. Making them fight. Got to show them how to handle the pressure fighters. Show them how to handle the pressure fighters. He's throwing that out there. Okay. Okay, now that's the left hand. That's orthodox. Now he going southpaw. Okay, now he going southpaw. Okay. Showing him how to turn. Now he leading with the right lead hand. Okay. Turn that way. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I like Lester Martinez. I like him, man. I like Billy. I definitely want to see them running back too. I want to see them running back too. What to say, King Kong? He said, I see Broner 2.0 and Keyshawn. Broner 2.0? Yeah. You know what? I don't know. You might be right. I don't know. He said that nigga got money. He should use some of it and get some professional help. I mean, you know, he say he saved now, and he, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. He could be having another episode. I don't know about the, you know, AB. You know what? I would say that maybe AB if well, it started with AB. With AB, it started drinking. So you know, he say he be, you know, I don't know, he was drinking the week of the fight. Who drinks the week of the fight? Hinton Mouth. So if he going through Hinton Mouth, he probably still going through it right now. Probably still going through it. So that's probably it. He probably going through Hinton Mouth. He probably going through Hinton Mouth. You get what I'm saying? More than likely. Shout out to Weedy. What's going on, fam? Yeah, he probably going to Hinton Mouth. That's what he probably going through. Akila say an alcoholic would drink anytime. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if he's alcoholic though. I don't know if he's alcoholic. I don't think he ever came out and said that. But you're right about that though. You was right about that, but you know, I don't know. I don't. You know what? I'm hearing everything but accountability. You get what I'm saying, Akila? Like, I don't hear no accountability. This is the issue, and you can tell people who have a problem with accountability because you know I say on this show all the time. I say ninjas. I say kryptonite. I say accountability is kryptonite to ninjas. A ninja hate that word accountability. Accountability is like garlic to a vampire with a ninja. Accountability is like a silver bullet to a vampire. No, silver bullet, that's vampire, right? Yeah, vampire. They scared. They don't like garlic, silver. No. What is it that the werewolf? What is it that the werewolf don't like? Is that the silver bullet? Hey, what is it that the werewolf don't like? I think it's the werewolf. I could be wrong. Yeah, the silver bullet is the werewolf. I think it's the werewolf. Yeah, that's like you know, accountability. And then anytime you try to hold somebody accountable and you see his supporter overly, aggressively, actively defending them and not saying, you know what, because every man should be held accountable for his actions. I don't need another grown man defending me about my actions. I should be more than willing as a man to say, you know what, man, I was wrong in this situation. As soon as I commit the wrongful act, I should be just as fast or just as quick as coming back saying, you know what, I was wrong. Because it's the manly thing to do. What I noticed online, you got a lot of people who you could tell they got issues with accountability because they be defending dudes who lack accountability. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Hey, Dr. Mario say the werewolf need to stake in the heart. You know, vampires don't like the sunlight. The sun is too much. Do you know why the vampire don't like the sun? Because the sun represents the truth. The sun represents brightness. The sun exposes everything that's in the dark shall come to light. And the person who lacks accountability and the person they like to dwell within the darkness of the lack of accountability. They like to dwell in the darkness of excuses. They like to dwell in the darkness of pointing the finger at others. But I compare them to a vampire because isn't it vampires who can't see themselves in the mirror? Think about that. A vampire he's not able to see his reflection in the mirror. His reflection doesn't show in the mirror. Can't even see himself. Literally. So how can a man hold himself accountable if he don't see himself? He can't. Yeah, he can't. He say, watch the Monster Squad classic. It'll tell you all you need to know. Yeah, I mean, I like the Underworld. My favorite vampire and werewolf movie is the Underworld. I love the Underworld. That movie right there, bro, that's the one for me. The Underworld. Yeah, for sure. So, it is what it is. It is what it is as it relates to that. You get what I'm saying? I really don't, the brother got to move. The brother got to move better. Like, it's certain things you got to do, actions. I come up in the era the way you judge a man by his actions. So your actions tell you who you are. What you do on a consistent basis defines who you are, tells who you are. It's what you do on a consistent basis. Do you get what I'm saying? That tells who you are. Hey, he said team. Hey, hold on. What'd you say Teen Wolf? Hey, what did it say, Chris? Chris say that's a good movie. Hey, Chris, I don't seen all of them. I don't seen all the Underworlds. All of them. I don't seen all the Underworlds, man. I'm big. I'm big on accountability, bro. I'm big on that. The reason why is because that was drilled in my head. Because when I was younger, I was devoid of accountability. When I was younger, I made excuses for my failures. When I say young, I mean a teenager. Every time I got locked up when I went to juvie, it was never my fault. Hey, it was never. Hey, baby, before Silk the Shocker came out with "It Ain't My Fault." Y'all remember that song? "It Ain't My Fault" by Silk the Shocker. Before Silk the Shocker came out with "It Ain't My Fault," that was me. It ain't my fault. Oh, mama, no, I ain't do that. They lying. Knowing damn well I was lying. Instead of me, I couldn't look my mother in the face or my stepfather in the face or even myself in the face and admit that I was wrong. I couldn't do it. It was never my fault. Never. I didn't have the luxury of talking about I'm going through mental health. That judge didn't want to hear that. I'm going through mental health. Nah. Miss me with that, partner. Miss me with that. Hey, Dr. Mario say, mummies walking around too. Facts. Facts. Yeah, I was like that. I was like that. But when once I got older and matured in my 20s, I had people around me who kept it real with me. Because sometimes your parents can't tell you nothing because you think you know it all. Your parents, right? When you learn from your parents, they can't tell you nothing. Sometimes you receive the information a lot better from strangers. So when I got older and I grew up around a lot of strong character men. All of them didn't have strong characters, but I grew up around a lot of men. Like when I came up, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, in my 20s, I came up around men who were real men. And they believed in accountability. They believed in not making excuses. You get what I'm saying? Even when my street partners didn't keep it real sometimes, but I always had men that I grew up around who was the example of manhood, who told me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. Nah, man, you was wrong on that. You might not want to hear this, or you might not come back over here again, but I don't care nothing about that. My conscience is clear. You was wrong on that. You need to correct that situation. You need to right that wrong. Because if you don't right the wrong here, you ain't gonna right the wrong nowhere. You get what I'm saying? That's just who I came up around. Listen, the dudes I came up around, and these older brothers, these brothers was born, like they way older than me. Some of them were older than, they older than me. Way older. Some of these brothers from Harlem, were from New York, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta. LA, Houston. Talking about real men. When they talk to you, they look you dead in your eyes. When they shake your hand, it feel like they're trying to crush your hand because they have a firm grip. And they taught me how to move in a manly fashion. They taught me accountability. They taught me responsibility. So when I see other men, when I encounter them, it's easy to be all right with a dude when y'all on good terms and everything is good and everything is okay. But I need the kind of friend that when it's a real life situation, you're going to be honest with me. You're going to be honest with me. Do you get what I'm saying? And some people, they need yes men around them. See, I remember, and I'm going to say this in closing. I remember when the Albright situation popped off in Norfolk, Virginia. Do you know who went to the locker room and spoke to Naya Albright and told him and say, look here, man, we apologize for the actions of someone that's on our team, even though we had nothing to do with it, but it's the right thing to do. We apologize for what happened, brother. We had nothing to do with that, but why would you apologize? Why would you apologize if you did nothing wrong? Because that dude who wronged you was a part of our team. It's a bad reflection on us. So even though the one who wronged you did not have the heart or courage to apologize to you for wronging you, we're going to apologize on his behalf because it's the right thing to do. See the nigga shit. See, the nigga shit condone everything. Anything dealing with niggery, buffoonery, niggas love it. I'm not in the nigga business. Coach Malachi don't like niggas. Anybody who been following me for 5 years, I've said that. I love black people, but I despise niggas. Why is that? Because I used to be a nigga. There's nothing good that comes from being a nigga. Nothing. So I don't identify with the niggery. I identify with manhood. And it's more than being a man than just making money. Money don't make you a man. What makes you a man is your character, how you move, what type of principles do you have, what do you stand on, what do you stand for? And not only what you say out of your mouth, but it's what you do. Because a lot of times, it ain't what you say, it's what you do. How you move. You get what I'm saying? So, and then guess what? The dudes who apologize on your behalf, you got rid of them. Yeah, man, hey, my team, I had to look at my team and analyze my team and make sure, because some people in my team wasn't doing, they wasn't moving like they should have moved. Oh, so you want some yes men around you. Oh, okay. You want a yes man around you. You don't want no accountability. You was wrong with the 2 left pair of shoes. Okay. Hilton Melf, huh? Hilton Melf. Okay, cool. It is what it is. Shout out to Ramon. Ramon, salute, fam. Shout out to, you know what I mean? Shout out to Willie. What's going on? Shout out to Brother Lamar. Shout out to Jamie from New York. Shout out to Jess, living life. I like that. I like that a lot. Shout out to Miss Steph. Shout out to Weedy. He say facts, coach, but Tiger put the police on Bill and Debo Dale. I mean, for every action, there's a reaction. I won't say that Tiger put the police on them. I would say they put the police on themselves. The police saw the video footage, fam. If you're doing stuff on camera, they got the video footage. They got the video of Devin Haney, allegedly, because I ain't seen the video, but when Devin Haney walked off the stage and Tiger Johnson, remember they had two instances that broke out. You had the first one where Bill was trying to break the fight up. He pulled Tiger Johnson off out of the pile where he was getting jumped on. And then the second time, they say that when Dale walked off the stage and he saw Tiger, they say allegedly he's supposed to punch him or something. I don't know. So for every action, there's a reaction. But however, let's go back, Weedy. Tiger Johnson threw the first punch. I'm saying the first time it happened. The first time it happened, and he swung at that dude, Tiger Johnson threw the first punch. Because you know what they say, irregardless of what somebody say out of their mouth, as long as they don't put their hands on you, you don't have a right to do that. You don't have a right to put your hands on them. See, so Tiger Johnson has to be held accountable as well. Because there's something, I'm in the Nation of Islam. When I'm in the Nation, right? And I still got my study guide. In the FOI manual, it says, provoke no one. In Islam, just in Islam in general, the hadiths or whatever, right? It says, provoke no one. Now, of course, Sean said what he said. What it don't show is what Tiger Johnson said that warranted a response from Sean. Tiger Johnson, said some shit to them when Bill was doing the interview. And you know how I know that's true? Because I was looking at an interview from what's the young brother name? Shushu Carrington. And Shushu was talking about how that whole incident started. And him and Tiger are real close. He said how the whole incident started. And he said they was on a podcast and they said some things. Well, that Shushu said something or whatever. Not Shushu, but Tiger said something. And the Haneys didn't like it or whatever. I don't know. And so they went to beefing with each other, saying stuff online. That's what he said, right? So when Tiger finally got opportunity to see them, he said some stuff according to the story. Now I wasn't there, and this ain't what Devin or Bill told me. I'm listening to what Shushu saying, right? And then Sean replied. That's when Sean replied back. And then the security dude said, "Look, that's a little kid. You ain't finna do nothing to him. He a kid. He trying to tell Tiger, look, man, this a kid, man. Like, you can't take him serious." And then Tiger said, "What?" And then the dude told him, "Look, man, you gonna get your ass slid or whatever." And then Tiger swung at him. So when you swing, you don't dictate the clap back. When you swing, I listen, I can tell you this. That's just like if I got a bunch of dudes around me, if a motherfucker swing at me, all them dudes around me gonna get on whoever. That's how that works. That's how that works, bro. You know this dude, you know all these dudes right here with this guy, right? If you swing at the crowd, what you think gonna happen? For every action is a reaction. So I say all that to say this. The Haneys have to be held accountable for their actions. But guess what? Tiger Johnson have to be held accountable for his actions as well. It ain't like he was just sitting there and somebody just swung on him. That ain't what happened. According to what we saw in the video, he swung first. And ain't nobody put their hands on him. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. But shout out to everybody, man. Much love to the people, man. I'm going to give everybody else a shout out right after. Oh, hold on. Somebody gave a super chat. Somebody gave a super chat. Shout out to Mr. AGR. What to say, fam? He just gifted 10 people membership. Salute to you, brother. And shout out to Stephanie. What you say, Steph? She said, "Coach, I was at the Shakur T.O. press in New York. Keyshawn was calm and chill until he spotted the cameras. Every time he spotted the camera, she said he turned up." You know what? I believe that. Steph, I believe that. I believe that. Because this is what the fan don't see, Steph. This is what the fan don't see. Because the people who are fans of Keyshawn Davis, they only see the cameras. Because remember, remember, every time we see on YouTube, we're seeing what they're showing on camera. But we don't see, Steph. We don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see what led up to it. We don't see, like you said, you was there. You was there. And you said he was calm. But when they put the camera on him, he switched to something else. And that is true. Teofimo do the same thing. They do the same thing, but that is true. So we don't see that. So we take it as though, oh man, you saw what he said, this and that, but I can believe that. I can believe that, sis. Let's give everybody who gave a super chat and a cash out. Hit up with the Huggy Bear.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Will it say, "Coach, we can't do super chats over here"? Yeah. My other channel not monetized. The boxing with Coach Malachi, that channel not monetized. So you have to give a cash out. That's scrolling at the bottom. $ True Media Today USA, Zelle, or you can switch to the other channel and give a super chat if you want to, fam. I'm gonna give everybody. Yeah, man, I'm gonna start just doing the shows. I'm trying to keep the shows a little shorter now. I know we used to rock out to 3 hours and stuff, so some people say it'd be too long sometimes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just try to keep the shows short, around 2 hours, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? And we'll try that out for a little bit and see where that goes. But let's give a shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's give a shout out to as many people as I can, because I respect y'all time. So shout out to Jamie from New York. Shout out to what is Tavon? What's your name? Is Tavon? Shout out to Tavon Burns. Shout out to Daniel Weedy. Salute, brother. Shout out to Dr. Mario. Shout out to Jess. Shout out to Jess Living Life. Jess Living Life say, too long. Shout out to Tony Montana. Shout out to the brother saying, "Coach, what about Keyshawn versus Ryan?" I would love to see that fight, fam. Hey, listen, what your name is, fam? Rob Bass. I'm not the one to put no fighters in the witness protection program. I want to see all these dudes fight each other. whether I like the fighter or not is irrelevant. They need to fight each other. They signed this what they signed up for. They signed up to fight each other. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody who showed up, man. We had over 400 people in the chat at one time on 3 different platforms, the 2 YouTube channels and X. So shout out to y'all, man. I'm gonna move up and I'm probably gonna start going back live on Twitch as well as Facebook as well. So I'm gonna start simulcasting on 5 different platforms. But shout out to everybody, man. Tell y'all something, man. We got some good stuff going on. I'm gonna do some good help for a lot of people, man. And I'm gonna show y'all how to get it. I promise y'all, I'm gonna show y'all how to get it. Just get an old boy some time. Shout out to Kendall Price. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to Just Living Life. The lovely Akila. Can't forget about you. Shout out to the lovely Miss Connie. Hold on. What my sister? Hold on. Shout out to Mr. AGR. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Mr. Stevenson, Chucky, what the dude name? Alan Day Sr. Shout out to you, fam. We just agree to disagree on some things. It is what it is. Y'all know me, man. It is what it is for me. I'm not emotionally attached to these guys. Shout out to Corey from Miami, man. Dade County, salute. Shout out to Silence, Punk. Who else we got? We got Kendall. We got Mr. Tomato Can. Salute to you, brother. We got Chris. Corey say 3 hours is dope. All right, we gonna see. We'll probably. I won't be back home until Saturday. I won't be back home until Saturday. So, But shout out to Mitchell. What you say, fam? Hold on, Mitchell. What you say, Mitchell? He say too long. I get off at 4, and I look forward to them 2 hours afterwards. He say, back to 3, coach. Okay, all right. We'll do 3. We'll do 3 hours. Not today though, because I gotta get ready to go. But yeah, so we'll see 3 hours. Listen, okay, y'all give me a y'all let me know. Do y'all prefer 2-hour shows or 2.5 hours? Is 2.5 hours good? Or just let me know what y'all prefer. Because I want to do what the people. I want to do what the people tell me to do. Because we do this for the people, by the people, the people, because we come from the people. So I used to do 2-hour shows. If you've been following me for a while, I used to do 2-hour shows. Then the shows got so popping, it was popping so much over here that I had to go up to 3 hours. No, I had to go up to 2.5 hours. So really, I was supposed to be at 2.5 hours, but it was running over. Because what happened is when I dropped the phone lines, I got people still calling the show, so I give it an extra 30 minutes. Okay, so all right, so is 2.5 the sweet spot or 3? G5 say 2.5. Okay. Ramon say 3. G5 say 2.5 to 3. Okay. Just say, tell them to watch as long as they can. Goddamn Jess don't be playing. Jess don't be. Hey man, Jess been with me for a long time, boy. Jess been with me for a long time, bro. Jamie said he like 2.5. Okay, all right. So 2.5 to 3. We gonna work in between that. 2.5 hours to 3 hours. We gonna work in between that. We can work with that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. 2 hours be too short for me. I be like, damn, cause 2 hours go by so fast. 2 hours go by so fast. You got people who driving trucks. You got people who getting off work, coming home in traffic that listen to the show. You got people who listen to the show on the job. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, you feel me? Yeah, man. Hey, H-Town T, salute. He said, man, coach, got a life. Y'all 2.5 is Gucci. Hey. Nah. Heard Winston say, you trying to cut my ab workout down from laughter. Come on, coach. Yeah, hey, you know what? Only reason we ain't laughing as much today is because I'm in a hotel. I'm in a hotel room, so I don't want to get too loud. I remember last time I was in Vegas, I got real loud, and they sent security to the room. Y'all remember that? Some of y'all remember that? I was live in Vegas. It was after which fight that was? Yeah, that was that time I told you they charged me over $100 for eating M&Ms and drinking water in the room. That time there, I forgot why I was out there. But But yeah, man, somebody had called. They called the police on me, fam. Hotel security. Yeah, they came 3 deep. Yes, sir. Yeah, we just, it's 2:00 in the morning, and bro, it wasn't even 2. Bro, we in Vegas. It was like 1 o'clock. It was like 12:30. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. About 12:30. It was after 12. It was probably like between 12 and 1. Yeah, man, y'all. Listen, if y'all remember that show, because I was live and I went to the door. Bro. And he say, Ramon said $100 for Eminem. Ramon, when you go to Vegas, fam, check this out, brother. I'm telling you some real stuff. When you go to Vegas and you in the MGM, do whatever you see in that room is not complimentary. It's not a part of your bill. It's extra. They call it incidentals. When you get the paperwork, listen. When y'all get a room, it's certain questions you need to ask. Okay, listen. Can I do this? Can I do that? What can I do? What's in the room? Well, we got some M&M, this and that. Is that complimentary? That come with the room? Oh no, that's extra. They're not gonna tell you that. If you don't ask, they're not gonna tell you. Tell you that right now. You gotta ask. You did. I catch you guys on the next one. You know my motto. Don't beat me up, beat me up. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.